Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Comic Con.
He already took over?
Yes. We've been gone for 2 years, but we're back, baby.
Let's go.
I feel like I should just leave. I feel like got
You don't go anywhere. We need you.
Okay, well, I'm Sam Heifel from Entertainment Weekly. Welcome to our Comic-Con suite. I'm joined by the cast of Ghosts.
Woo-woo.
First interview of our Comic-Con.
Yep.
Very exciting. Also, one of my favorite comedies on right now. The show is so delightful. My first question, because I feel like I talk to people all the time about the difficulty of filming group scenes, right? Because there's a lot of coverage, there's a lot happening. You guys shoot like almost exclusively group scenes.
Yeah.
What is the filming of those like for you all?
I mean, Rose, you got to take this, right?
Yeah.
No, you know who needs to take it is the director, who's not here today, because trying to wrangle all of us, it's like cats. Like, we just, there's a lot of us, there's a lot of personality. I think that's a lot of what makes the show fun, is the chemistry we all have, but it probably makes the schedule quite brutal, I think.
Yeah.
But I think there's also something to, like, we all sit in these little tents as though the apocalypse is happening outside of set. Sure. And we get to play with each other and kind of find a feel for each of these scenes and the shape of these things. And it kind of brings us together and makes them a little more electric because the group becomes its own character.
It's a shit show.
Yeah.
Well,
Everyone's
we do this
very
weird
generous.
thing since, like, there's, like, we call it sans phantoms, like a shot without ghosts. So, like, if we're shooting a big
Dad,
group
please
scene...
don't drop the mic. Please don't
Can you
drop
drop
the
the
mic.
mic?
Please.
This is what shooting a group scene looks like.
Why do you? Why?
Yeah, you're
It's
getting
oil
right
in
here.
here.
Right here.
You're getting a taste.
Butter before I came.
It's a disaster.
Yeah, you were saying something smart.
So there's, like, they have to shoot the perspective of basically Jay, who cannot see us. So they, there's a shot of all of us, and then we have to shoot without of all of us. So all the ghosts literally step off to the side, and they record the same scene, but without us there, so they can cut to that perspective. So it also adds a lot of time in that way, too.
Richie also demands like.
Guys, so sorry about that.
He's new.
First Comic-Con.
Richie also has in his contract that he gets twice as many close-ups as everyone else, so it's just kind of the days run a little bit longer.
Well,
but
I'm objectively
honestly,
the prettiest person here.
That is true.
So
That is
I
true.
feel like it makes sense.
Sure. Well, okay, I do have a question, and maybe this is a dumb question.
I've been waiting.
For my dumb question, you've been
No.
waiting?
No. It's going to be a great question.
Are you having to just, like, pretend not to hear people, or are you genuinely getting to act to, like, nothing in those moments? Because you can't see these people.
Oh, no. My job is to pretend that nobody's there. And they're all around me at all times, physically, much like this.
Yeah.
And we try not to touch each other. And then because they're ghosts.
Sure.
Utkarsh
And
is
then my
actually
job
really
is to not laugh.
Yeah, Utkarsh is actually really method about it because he ignores us on set, off set. I've never had a conversation with him. It's amazing.
And we never will. That's not true. We all get along. But my job is to just try not to laugh. And luckily we get more than one take. Well, we get several takes.
Sure.
So I get to mess up a few.
Yeah.
And then also there's coverage, right? So I get to watch them when they're working and I'm not on camera.
Right.
And I get to get the giggles out of my system. I've been laughing a lot this season, more than last year.
Yeah.
And then on my coverage I get to, I've gotten all that out of the way. And we're good to go.
But it's not easy. Like, it's amazing to watch him work.
It's probably one of the hardest things that a human being has had to do in the history.
Yeah.
But we will say,
Of
like,
all
when we
mankind.
have guest stars come in and they have to, like, I'm not supposed to look at you. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, well, this is Utkarsh's job every day. He has to realize that, he cannot look at us. And if there is a space, he just has to look into the vast void of a space to be like, I think there's a ghost there. It's amazing to watch him work.
Right.
Well, thanks, buddy.
What has to go
Appreciate
against
it.
every instinct as an actor? Because you're, like, trying to play off people, but you can't. You can play off Rose.
Yes, I'm very,
Am I
very.
enough for you?
You are. You're more than enough. The heavy lifting that Rose does on this show is incredible. She's like our engine, and she's constantly. The difference is I ignore everyone, and Rose has to act as if to an empty room, as if all the ghosts are there. So she does one pass with everybody, then has to remember exactly what they did physically, clock that, retain it, and then do it again with no one there.
Well, I'll pass all these flowers on to the ghosts who have to stick around.
Yeah, but on
and
your
pull off and
coverage,
stuff.
they forget their lines. They miss cues.
Kind of true.
They take
It is
naps.
true. We're often,
Family
like, 2
grievances.
rooms away being like, and then I say this thing! Like, it's a very weird...
She got a hard job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're very lucky.
We are.
How much improv is there on this show?
It's all improvised. Yeah, did nobody tell you that? Yeah, no writers.
Our writers would agree with that.
First
Yeah.
network sitcom without a writer's room is really cool. Yeah, we're very good. We're really good at story. You know, it's hard to improvise stories that tightly.
Enthusiasm, watch out. Okay.
No, I mean, there's a little bit of improv, but obviously, like, our show is 19 to 21 minutes long, you know, so there's not a lot of room to mess around. But it really depends on the director, honestly. Some directors, like, love to find little moments with us to explore, you know, and punch up the ends of some scenes, and others are like, we got no time. You know, there's no time for this.
I'd
So.
kind of like to shoot an episode on my iPhone with all of us that is just totally improvised, and
Oh my
we just walk through the sets. Like, we'll get a handheld ring
think
light.
we're up to it.
We'll just make an improv version, and then we'll all be very, very grateful.
It's a very generous company of people who are really good at give and take. And a lot of the improv, some of the best moments come because someone like Utkarsh has told Richie, hey, say this here. Or Brandon just the other day said to me, hey, if you turn on that line instead of this word, then we can make a good bit together. There's lots of teamwork.
Totally.
We're constantly finding ways to find texture and other little mini scenes within scenes. And it's just very, very generous and good-natured, which goes a long, long way to making something funny.
And I think it's a great Easter egg when we watch the series and we're like, wait a minute, that wasn't scripted. Okay, hey now, they kept it in. So it's always great to see
Maybe
that.
one day we'll do the podcast and go through and talk about all of those.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, let's
Are
do
you
it.
doing it?
He's doing it right now.
Announcing it.
This is the announcement.
No.
So, what has been the hardest scene to get through for you all without laughing?
Anytime Devin talks about eating testicles is always the hardest thing for me. Every time he's like, I eat this man's testicles, and I'm done because it's so random, and he's screaming the whole time, and like to keep that focus takes me down. It takes me down every time.
There was a really small moment in season 1 where Brandon purposefully slips on a step.
That's what I was.
I was just about to bring
And
this
the
up.
first time he did it, we didn't know he was going to do it, and I think like 4 of us.
I don't think I knew I was going to do it.
It was
Boots are
so
slippery.
funny. It still is one of those season 1 moments that cracks me up because the way you do it looks so unintentional. It's so funny. Yeah. There's also a moment, sorry, that didn't make it, of Rose in season 1. There's a moment where she's sanding a wall and getting worked out. It's the prom episode, right?
I think it was my favorite moment, right? And it got cut.
And it wasn't it. It's not it.
Standard protocol.
It was one of the funniest moments I had been a part of in a scene. I was so mad when that was not in the final cut, but you were cracking me up sanding that wall. It was so funny.
I think I went too hard. They had to pull it.
Yeah. They were like, this is a different character.
And we all had trouble keeping a straight face with your girlfriend, the cholera girlfriend.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Betsy
Betsy
Sidaro.
Sidaro.
Betsy's unbelievably funny and one of those like insanely talented improvisers. So great. What a joy. Yeah, she's the best.
Okay, heading into season 2, we've opened the B&B. What can we expect? What's coming up?
Action, adventure, aliens, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, he's got a 7-episode arc.
Jean-Claude Van Damme plays my dad. You heard it here first, Comic-Con. Yeah, baby. In a double role as twins, twin fathers. Jean-Claude Van Damme. I'm going to let you know something, Sam.
Jean Claude Van Damme.
The scripts, they're ever changing. What can they
Well, it'll
expect?
open. The B&B will be open. So we got guests. We have guests finally. It's obviously not smooth sailing because there's a couple of...
Because we have 22 episodes.
And we have 8 surprise inhabitants of the
And we have
place.
new ghosts.
New ghosts.
New ghosts. Yeah. Yeah.
New ghosts. Asher gets sucked off. He'll be gone halfway through the season.
This is lies, everyone.
It was kind of funny. Richie and I were out to dinner last night, and we were talking about just some stuff with like an episode, and we're talking about getting sucked off. And I was like, "Yeah, man, I don't want to. Thor's gonna get. I'm gonna get sucked off." And
We're like a crowded steakhouse.
people that don't know what we're talking about are like, "What are these guys talking about? Just getting sucked off?" I was like, "We should probably maybe pull that back a little bit."
And Devin is not a notoriously quiet dude, so he's like he's at dinner, above a 24-ounce ribeye, being like, "Yeah, I mean, who do you think's gonna be the first to get sucked off?"
As he's eating Ram's testicles.
It's like Dev, quiet. Nobody knows what we're talking about.
We'll learn a lot more about our ghosts and their histories and their sort of interpersonal relationships. Everybody here has like a really juicy story that sort of delves into their past. And we've shot a few. We've done a really special one with Sasapi's, Hetty has had her own awakening as a woman, which is very special.
Oh dear Lord!
Danielle's got some.
Danielle has a wonderful flashback
Yeah.
that we've
Murder
all been
mystery,
hoping
what?
and praying
We learn
for.
about Alberta's past as a singer and how she got there, and it just keeps on going. And then, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it, but
Oh, boy.
Thorfinn has somebody from his past that we meet too, which is really special.
It's live, so we did just talk
Yeah,
about
you
it.
did.
Yeah, we did.
Love it.
It is cool because there's like
The good news is, it's Comic-Con. Anything goes.
That's,
that's
not
right.
how this works.
That is what they say.
Is that that's
To
the
be honest
Comic-Con
with you,
law?
I don't even know what we're doing right now.
But like there is 1,000 years of history on this plot of land that we get to explore. So
Yeah.
more of that history will be revealed.
And I think we have some fun new combos of ghosts, like our relationships.
Yeah,
like I'm
absolutely.
having scenes with ghosts I haven't had scenes with before.
Yeah.
And as actors, that's just so fun to get to do, but also to explore it as our character.
And we have some really cool guest stars come in.
Yes.
So get ready for that.
Yeah.
Some really cool people.
Well, I do want to ask, because we are at Comic-Con, and as many of you discovered, as I discovered when season 2 got renewed, Mark Hamill's a huge... How did you all learn about this? Was this just like someone shared the tweet? What was going on?
So who was the first? Who was Patient Zero?
Asher saw?
No, we had just got shut down because of COVID, right? That was that.
We had a
And-
COVID shutdown.
Back to the group scenes. There's in the finale. You can see the moment where I give every single.
Should we
one.
talk about that?
I can't because
We
I
did,
don't
yeah.
want to get anybody in trouble. But yeah, no, I littered the cast with COVID.
was-
So that's really one of the biggest challenges of the group scenes.
Sure.
So anyway, everyone the show shut down. Everyone was getting out like it was East Berlin, and
Just like that.
just like that. It was probably worse. To be honest with you.
It was amazing. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But Richie and I were driving back to New York, where we live, and
Hundreds
together,
of miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
windows
clips from
down.
our wedding.
triple
Yeah.
mask.
It was, I'm so honored. I really can't. And he was on Twitter, and he was like, "You're not going to believe this," and started reading it to me. And I think we could have easily died at that moment because we could have gotten.
Yeah,
car
Asher
accident.
just let go of the wheel.
I did.
Which was so weird.
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Like,
We're
not
done.
only did he just do one tweet, he sent us all personalized tweets, which I thought was like so beautiful. These stunning notes about like each character, how he felt about the show, and how he felt about us. It was amazing.
Crazy.
It's really special when, like, you know, somebody who's got the experience that he has takes the time to reach out and still be a
Yes.
fan, because ultimately, like, we've all got our things we're super fans
Right.
of, and it's just a nice reminder how good that feels when somebody you look up to can just, I don't know, acknowledge that you're working really hard too, and you're trying, and it's just it's a nice energy that he brought to the whole group.
Yeah.
You felt the force, right? You
I
felt
felt the
this.
force. Yeah.
Definitely.
Star Trek, I
Amazing.
got it.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Would you like to do the outro?
Comic-Con.
I just want to say, Comic-Con's back. We're so happy to be here. Stay safe. Stay hydrated.
Yes.
Season 2 drops in when?
September.
September 29th on
8:30 p.m.
ABC.
CBS!
The more you know.
CBS.
God bless you.
All right.
Anything
and
goes.
stay tuned to EW.com for your Comic-Con needs.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen.